Alien soldiers trembled in fear when they saw what Deathworlders consider basic training. HFY story. 1750 words. Complete story. Begin story. I am Commander Threx of the Zelver Union Defense Corps. Veteran of the Siege of Velthora. Survivor of the Ion Rift campaign. Decorated for valor during the Kralex incursion. I have faced plasma storms, berserker beasts, and void anomalies that tear frigates apart molecule by molecule. But nothing prepared me for what I witnessed the day we observed humanity's basic training. This is the confidential report the Union tried to bury. The story of how our strongest soldiers trembled in fear. At what humans consider the bare minimum. Part 1. The Union's first mistake. For decades, the Zelver Union considered humanity a minor species. Primitive, chaotic, undisciplined. The Council classified Earth as a death world, of course, but every species has a few outlier planets. Most Deathworlders burn themselves out before reaching the stars. But humans, they spread. Quickly, boldly, recklessly. They colonized sectors we wouldn't dare map. They terraformed frontiers we declared permanently hostile. And somehow, despite every prediction of their extinction, their influence only grew. Still, the Council declared, humanity is disorganized. They cannot sustain real warfare. Their culture is fragmented. Their discipline is non-existent. So when tensions rose near the Cinder Verge, an unstable region rich in rare minerals, we decided to intimidate them. A display of strength. We deployed our elite reconnaissance battalion to observe them up close. To assess their true combat potential. To prove once and for all that humans were no threat to the Zelver Union. We expected to analyze infantry maneuvers, weapon drills, vehicle formations. We did not expect what we found. Part 2. The Deathworlders arrive. Our observation post was hidden, cloaked above Earth's moon, shielded and silent. No human sensors could detect us. We monitored multiple Earth military facilities across different nations. Then came the moment our fate turned. A new human training cycle began at a facility humans called Fort Titan. We assumed it was a standard military base. It was not. Fort Titan was a multinational training ground where humans selected the most resilient individuals from dozens of nations and subjected them to basic training. Not elite training. Not special operations school. Not advanced combat conditioning. Just basic. The first thing we witnessed was a group of human recruits jogging uphill in a snowstorm. No environmental suits, minimal gear. Laughing as they ran. Laughing. Our soldiers shivered just watching them. One Zelver lieutenant trembled. Commander, is this a punishment ritual? No, I said. This is how humans warm up. Fear spread across the deck. Part 3. A new kind of soldier. Humans call these trainees recruits. We call them monsters. During the first 3 days, the humans marched 80 kilometers carrying loads heavier than Zelver battle armor. Swam through frigid rivers with current speeds that would tear our soldiers apart. Scaled cliff faces with no anti-grav harnesses. Wrestled each other in a mud pit to build teamwork. Slept only 4 hours a night. Ate rations with chemicals our physiology classified as toxic. Laughed through pain levels we'd consider medical emergencies. One recruit dislocated his shoulder during an obstacle course. He slammed it against a tree. It popped back into place. He kept running. Lieutenant Varix fainted watching it happen. The medic revived him. He fainted again. Part 4. The Human Drill Instructors. We assumed the drill instructors, the officers in charge, were the most stable. We were wrong. Humans choose drill instructors because they enjoy yelling at Deathworlders for hours on end. The lead instructor was a scarred, loud human named Sergeant Holt. His voice rattled our ship's audio dampeners. We recorded one interaction. A recruit vomited from exhaustion. Sergeant Holt roared, "You done? Good. Move faster." The recruit vomited again. Sergeant Holt roared louder. On your feet. Earth is spinning and you are not. The recruit sprinted away, slipping in his own vomit while the rest cheered. Our soldiers stared in horror. These creatures motivate each other by increasing suffering, Lieutenant Varix whispered. What kind of species is this? A dangerously determined one, I replied. Part 5. The Fire Trials. We believed we had witnessed the worst. We hadn't. On day 10, the humans began their live fire exercise. The recruits advanced through a burning forest while explosions detonated nearby. Drones fired stun rounds. Chemical smoke filled the air. The ground itself shook beneath them. Human sensors measured stress levels. But here is the terrifying part. If a human fell behind, the drill instructors screamed insults to push them forward. One recruit stumbled into a ditch. Sergeant Holt sprinted to him, pulled him up by the collar and shouted, "You think the enemy cares about your feelings? Move." The terrified recruit ran faster than any Zelver soldier could at peak adrenaline. Meanwhile, one of my own soldiers panicked watching the simulation. "Commander," he cried. "They're killing them." "No," I said. "They're training them." He collapsed into his seat. Part 6. When we saw what came next. We believed that after the Inferno exercise humans would rest. We were wrong. Humans do not rest. They heal while moving. They recover while pushing harder. Their next test was what they called the confidence course. It involved jumping off a 10-meter platform into deep water, crawling under barbed wire while explosions erupted above, scaling a vertical wall, swinging from ropes suspended over pits of mud, sprinting through uneven terrain, all while soaked, blistered, exhausted, and bruised. And yet, the recruits smiled. They encouraged each other. They celebrated surviving each trial. One recruit shouted, "That was awesome, let's go again." Zelver soldiers stared in silent terror. Finally, Sergeant Holt gathered the recruits. "You think this was tough? This was nothing. Tomorrow we begin the endurance trials." One of my officers whispered, "Endurance? As in more?" I answered, "Much more." Part 7. The endurance trials. If the earlier exercises were brutal, the endurance trials were madness. For 48 hours the humans ran, climbed, crawled, fought, swam, carried logs, flipped tires, performed tactical drills, built shelters, tore shelters down, navigated forests, hiked mountains, evaded mock enemies, with almost no sleep, only water and ration bars. Our sensors measured stress levels that should have been lethal. Yet the human recruits became stronger as the trial continued. At hour 32, one recruit collapsed. His squad carried him. That same recruit, after a brief rest, proceeded to carry another soldier. "This is impossible," Lieutenant Varix stammered. "Their physiology, how?" "It's not physiology," I replied. "It's will." Part 8. The final test, the gauntlet. At the end of the training cycle came the last challenge, something they called the gauntlet. 5 kilometers of obstacles, traps, physical challenges, and teamwork puzzles, performed after weeks of constant physical punishment. By now half my crew refused to watch. They said it was too emotionally distressing. But I watched. I am glad I did. I saw something unexpected. Unity. Selflessness. Courage. Humans pushed, pulled, lifted, and caught each other. They defended the weak. They encouraged the slow. They helped the injured cross the finish line. And when they succeeded, they didn't celebrate individually. They celebrated as a unit. A family. A tribe forged in fire. One instructor shouted, "You're no longer civilians. You are soldiers of Earth." And the recruits cheered with a passion I'd never seen in any species. I felt something shift inside me. A realization. A warning. A truth the Union had ignored for too long. Part 9. What happened when we revealed ourselves. The council ordered us to send a warning to the humans. A demand that they cease expansion into Zelver space. They expected resistance, threats, negotiation, but they did not expect what the humans would say. Our transmission was intercepted. A human officer, calm and composed, responded. This is Commander Alina Reyes of Earth Defense. We detected your cloaked vessel days ago. We've been monitoring your transmissions. My blood ran cold. Humanity respects your territory, she continued. But understand this, those soldiers you watched? That was basic training. If you threaten our worlds, you won't be facing recruits. Behind her, a screen displayed a unit of armored human special forces. Silent, motionless, terrifying. These are the ones who train after the training. My crew stared in horror. Commander Reyes said one last thing. Do not mistake our desire for peace as weakness. Humans will bleed, crawl, and fight until there is no breath left. If you bring war to us, we will finish it. The transmission ended. No threats. No insults. No bravado. Just truth. We withdrew quietly. Part 10. The report they tried to bury. When we returned, the council demanded an assessment of human military strength. I told them, you have not seen human strength. I described their training, every detail. The council chamber fell silent. One elder finally said, Commander, these were elite units? No, I answered. These were civilians becoming soldiers. Another whispered, if this is their beginning, what are they like at their peak? I did not hesitate. I pray we never find out. The council attempted to bury my report. To pretend humanity wasn't a threat. To silence anyone who spoke otherwise. But those who saw the recordings can never forget. Not the endurance. Not the pain tolerance. Not the unity. Not the unbreakable will. For we realized something profound. Humanity is not strong because of their weapons. Not because of their technology. Not because of their numbers. Humans are strong because they refuse to quit. They rise when they fall. They fight when they're beaten. They laugh in the face of suffering. They turn agony into fuel and hardship into bonding. And if their basic training is enough to terrify elite alien soldiers, then heaven help the galaxy the day humanity stops trying to be peaceful. Part 11. The truth all commanders fear. The Zelver Union now avoids conflict with humans. Not because we fear their fleets. Not because we fear their weapons, but because we fear the people behind them. The men and women who push themselves to the brink. Who train harder than any species we've met. Who run toward fire. Who leap into chaos. Who get up after suffering that would shatter most warriors. Humans have a phrase they shout during training. Embrace the suck. I once thought it meant they enjoyed pain. Now I know better. It means, pain does not stop us. Fear does not stop us. Nothing stops us. Because humans don't train to become soldiers. They train to become survivors. Warriors forged on a death world. Champions carved from adversity. And if their enemies tremble when witnessing their basic training, they should pray to every god they know they never witness advanced training. Ending. The warning I now give every species. In the darkest halls of the Zelver military academies, instructors whisper a cautionary truth. Do not provoke the Deathworlders. For we learned the hard way that humans are not merely a species. They are a force. A storm. A wildfire wrapped in fragile skin. And if the galaxy ever forgets that, it will burn. Because the day alien soldiers trembled in fear was the day we realized humans are only weak on the outside. Inside, they are unstoppable.